So next up, we will go ahead and take a look at what is time intelligence functions are all about, and what are the functions that are available in DAX to perform time intelligence related analysis. So in essence, the time intelligence analysis is performed in financial and business and financial and business analysis. Okay, here we will explore various time intelligence related functions such as total MTD, dates MTD, whatever we see it, right? We'll explore all these functions. These are the built-in functions. We'll explore it. And first of all, what is time intelligence? What is time intelligence? Can someone tell me? What is time intelligence? So why we need to do the time intelligence? What are the advantages and disadvantages of that? So I guess most of you are aware of this one, right? Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, 50 to 60% of our completely new into analytics. Okay, so time intelligence is nothing but the set of techniques and methodologies we use it in data analytics to aggregate, compare, and explore data across different time periods. For example, if you want to perform like for like analysis, you want to compare current year sales with the previous year sales, or current quarter sales with previous quarter sales, and current week sales performance with previous week sales. You want to compare, this is called like for like, and you want to compare side by side the performance. We use time intelligence. This is called time intelligence analysis. Okay, so to explore data across the different time periods. Okay, this is important. This is extremely crucial in financial sales and other business related analysis, where understanding the trends, performance, and comparison over time is very much important. Okay, next one is right. So in order to work with time intelligence, you need to have the dedicated date table, which we already discussed. Okay, and aggregation over time, rolling period. So we'll take a look at what is aggregation over time, working with the date slicers. Date slices we already explored. Rolling period reporting also we will explore it later. Okay. First of all, let us understand. Yeah, this is what I explained. What is time intelligence, right? So businesses use cumulative time-based calculations, and the MTD, QTD, YTD. So they use something, the terms like MTD, YTD, all the terms. Okay. So basically, they to understand the metrics or the trends over various time periods, business can spot trends and patterns. Okay, and the periodic comparisons we do it, comparing this year's sales to last year's sales, that helps us to understand the growth or decline. Where are we heading? Okay, for example, what is my profitability in this quarter, and what is my revenue, and what is my revenue in the past quarter, what was the profitability? Okay, so can we see any decline or increase in both revenue as well as the profitability? So to do those kind of periodic comparisons, this is very much helpful. Basically, using time intelligence, right? We can. It is also called a trend analysis. Okay. Okay. So first of all, let us understand what is MTD, what is QTD, and YTD. So the MTD tells us the period starting from first day of the current month up to the current day. For example, if somebody is asking you, so what is the month to date sales? That means starting from the first day of this month, August 1st to till date. What is the total sales we made? How much sales we made? First August to till today. Okay, but there are some cases, right? So they say the month to date is something like starting from the first of this month, uh, but not including today's date, because in the see nowadays the businesses are operating across the globe 24 by 7 by 365 days across the time zones. They are doing it. So in India, the business got closed now, but whereas just now the business started today in abroad, USA, right? So there are cases, yeah, month to date, right? Changes. So in this context, month to date is something like starting from 1st August to uh, 1st August, but not including today's date, because it might not be completed yet. And the same thing is sorry, in the case of QTD, it is used exactly the same as MTD. For example, if somebody is asking you, so we are in which quarter now? We are in third quarter, right? We are in third quarter. So if somebody is asking what is the QTD sales, so third quarter starts when, for example, in the case of US calendar, the as per the US financial year, right? January 1st and it ends with 31st December. Or let's say if we go by the calendar date, so January, Feb, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Now October. Now, yeah, we are in fourth quarter, right? So we are in fourth quarter. In this case, quarter to date is the first day of the quarter to till date. First day of the quarter. Supposing you are in third quarter, let's say you are in um, so now it is August, right? Yeah. So let's say no, you are in July month, third quarter. Okay, July or not July, June 28th, June 28th. Let's say today is June 28th. So if somebody is asking you what is the quarter to date sales, so in that case, May 1st to June 28th. Okay, to 28th. That is what your quarter to date sales. Somebody is asking what is the month to date sales. So today, okay, so today your manager is approaching and asking, can you give me the month to date sales? And month to date sales is in this case, it is 1st August to, in 1st August, but not including today's date. Okay. And quarter to date, if he asks you, so this month is the beginning of the fourth quarter. So you can tell them the same thing, 1st August to till, 1st August, but not including today's date. Okay. And year to date stands for, again the same thing, beginning of the current year up to, but not including today. You understood, right? I just write it here. One second, Leela. I understood. I will write it here. Don't worry. See, somebody is asking you. Today is 8th August. Month to date, the 1st August to 7th August, because today is not yet over. Because let's assume that we are operating across different time zones. And since this is the fourth quarter, if somebody is asking, in this case, what we can say, the same thing, 1st August to 7th August. This is the quarter to date, the current quarter. Okay. And supposing you are in, let's, May, June, July, Jan, Feb, March, April, sorry, Jan, Feb, March, and April, May, June. This is your second quarter. And July. Sorry, let's in the case of, let's say you are in May 28th. 28th May, if somebody is asking you, give me the QTD for that quarter. Okay. So in that case, 1st April to April to 1st April to 27th, so 28th May. You can give that because March, let's say year this 27th May. Okay. Let's say you are in current quarter, and if there's somebody is asking what is the quarter rate sales for the May month. See, currently we are in August. This is scenario two. Okay. So in this case, you can tell up to the 20, so sorry, the starting from 1st April to 30th June, whatever the sales, right? That is the one you need to tell. See, we are in, let's say you are in July now, but if somebody is asking you, can you give me the quarter day sales of May month? So April to June, that was completed, right? Including all the time zones. That includes all the time zones, everything. Okay. And year to date, starting from the beginning of this year to beginning of this year, up to but not including today. That is what you are year to date. Okay, there are lot of functions available for month to date the year to date and quarter to date. And how it works, look here, I have a date column here and orders placed and year to date, quarter date, month to date, I put it here. And if you look at here very closely, so what you notice here, if you see here, in this case, if you look here, the 13th January to 14th, 15th, it goes sequentially. 31st January, whatever the orders placed, here we have the orders placed values here. It's a numeric value, and you can see that these values are displayed here. And here, the month to date, if you see here, for example, this is previous year's, the cumulative value. So 697 plus 70. 767 plus 19 month to date. Look at only the month to date now. Okay, and if you see here at the end here, and January 31st 2013, up to that it is doing the cumulative total. Okay, month to date. When it comes to the Feb month, this value gets reset. So in Feb 1st, the orders placed was 75, and month to date was also 75 only. And the next one is 75 plus 38, 113. 113 plus nothing, 113. 113 plus 57, 170. So it is resetting the value at the beginning of each month. Which one? Month to date. So orders placed display whatever the values, it will display it as it is. Whereas in the case of month to date, it does the cumulative total. Okay, for example, ignore this one. Okay, 70 plus, in this row it says 70 is there, and 70 plus 99, whatever is there, 99 plus 36. It will keep, it keeps doing the cumulative total until the end of the month. Okay, when a new month comes, it resets the values. Whatever is there, it gets, and then it does the look at 75 plus 30 to 113. This is how the month to date works. It's pretty simple. And next one is the same way the year to date, quarter to date. In the case of quarter to date, whenever a new quarter comes, right, that value, this value. So in this case, what happens? The month to date ends here, 31st January. Hence, in Feb 1st, the value for M to date got reset. Okay. Whereas in the case of quarter to date, it still does the cumulative total until the new quarter starts. For example, Jan, Feb, March, April 1st, this value will get reset. For example, in the April 1st, we received 20 orders. So it will simply display 20 here. Sorry, in the case of QTD. Year also 20, right? Because month to date for that is 20, and year also 20 because new month and new quarter in this case. When April 1st. Okay. So I'm talking from the calendar point of view. Okay. And year to date, yes, it does the cumulative total till the end of the year. So when in 2014, January 1st, this value will get reset. That is how the month to date and year to date everything works. Okay, so look here, there is a function by the name of TOTALMTD. So this is the function is helpful in finding out the MTD. So the MTD measure calculates the running total number of orders for each month and resets as the month ends. So this is the syntax for total MTD. And year to date, also total year to date, also the same thing. But in the case of fiscal year to date, it is slightly different. For example, you want to see that fiscal year to date. So what is calendar year to date? Starting from 1st Jan to till 31st December. So even in the case of USA, the financial year starts from 1st Jan to till 31st January. Sorry, December. But in India, the financial year starts 1st April and it ends by the next year, 31st March. So if you, in that case, you can specify your financial year end date as a last argument as part of your total YTD function. In that case, it automatically takes care of the cumulative total. It does the cumulative total based on the based on the financial year that you mentioned here. So here the financial ends by 31st March, right? It does the cumulative total here, fiscal year to date. That is how it works. Okay, now what I will say, in the case of time intelligence, yes, we need to have a dedicated date table. Otherwise, it will not do the filtering. For example, without a date table, year and purchase amount, you can, if you want to display these two values, you can do it. But if you want to display these two values, right, it will not give the correct value here. Okay. So what you need to do is, yeah, it gives both of them. If you wanted to separate, display it separately, it is possible. But if you want both the sales amount, purchase amount to be displayed together, obviously you need to have a date table. Only then it can filter it, right? So you need to have a dedicated date table. Without date table, you can generate a report. You can use a year column to filter this one, but you cannot use a year column at a time to filter these two columns. Okay, hence you need to have a dedicated date table. So we already discussed about how to create the date table. Either you can use a calendar function or you can use a calendar auto function. We discussed in detail about that. Now I jump to the Power BI desktop and I'll show you what is MTD and QTD, how to implement month to date and QTD. Look here, I have already created the visual in this report. And if look here, I have selected this table. And if you see here on the right side, you can see all the columns that belongs to this table. Okay. And here you can see the date column, calendar date, and here the calendar date. Yeah, again, I have used this one. I think it is not required. It is a redundant one. I just remove it. And also I have used the filter here. Okay. In this case, in this case, I have used the year and month prefix column. I have selected 2011. As per this data set, we can see that the orders were received from 2011 April only, right? So that's the reason why I have selected the April here. So 2011 April I have selected here, and if you see the let's give a few seconds. It's loading it because I removed the column, right? It is not yet removed the column here. Okay, let me close the rank report file. Since I open multiple report files, I mean, so we need to do, okay, I just close it. There is an error here. Okay, let's not worry. Look here, if you see here, 1st April, and the sale was 1949, and month to day sales was 1949. And 2nd April, the sale was 8,475. If you add these two values together, it gives me 10,400. So in the case of month to date sales in this column, it does the cumulative total. Until when? Until the new month starts. Look here, in this case, April, right? April, and when I select May here, I shouldn't have removed that. So, honestly, it is wasting time. It will open up the Microsoft Outlook and all. It's painful thing here. The backward version compatibility is not there. It seems that's the reason why it is causing problem. Okay, and look here. In this case, I have applied the filter for me also. I selected April and May. It is not good. Okay, let me do one thing. I will just better. Yeah, let's wait for some time. Otherwise, I'll just close it now. Don't save. Yeah, taking time, right? Okay. Look here, now it got open. I just select only the 2011. So here I have April and May month. For example, in this case, I selected April and May. And if you see here, April 2011, look at the month to date sales column. One second. Look at both the sales column as well as the. So look here, the first April, first day of the April 2011. This is what the sales, and this is what your month to day sales. Okay, because both of them are same. Second month, sorry, second day of the April 2011, you can see the 8475, right? It adds these two values and put it here. So in the case of with this, we are able to understand month to date function. In the month to date column, what happens is it does the cumulative total sales. How it does that? And before we see that, let us see here. Let's scroll down and see up to April, May. Look here. In the case of May 1st, April 30th, and up to that, this is what your month to date sales, cumulative total. And second May, yeah, first May, there was no sales. And second May, this is what the sales happened. And cumulative total got reset here, 6,291. It is not getting added with the previous month to cumulative sales, cumulative total. Good. So are you able to understand? This is how it works. There is another function called DATESMTD. Even the DATESMTD also doing the same thing. Now let us explore what is this MTD, sum of sales, and DATESMTD together. I'm going to select this measure MTD, sum of sales. Look here, there is a function called total MTD. I told you the first argument supposed your expression. Second one is your date column. So in this case, we are using the date tables date column. So in this case, the date table name is calendar. In that calendar, we have a column called date. Okay. So you need to specify the first argument as your measure or sum of sales or something like that, sum of units sold. Second one is your date column. Okay. So in this case, it does the filtering automatically. Look clear M to date. This is what is happening M to date. Similarly, there is another function called DATESMTD. Even that function also does the same thing, but only difference is the syntax. See, the Microsoft, they've given us some other alternative function to do the same stuff. DATESMTD. If you see here, the sum of sales. Okay, in this case, you cannot use DATESMTD directly like total MTD. You need to wrap the DATESMTD inside your calculate function. The first argument is your expression, second one is your date column. Okay, that's it, guys. That is what is happening. Whenever a new month comes, the month to date cumulative total will get reset. Until the new month appears, it does the cumulative total. Okay. And next one is look here. I'm going to select this visual. In this case, I moved one step further, and then here I have used the QTD also. And look here, the total QTD and dates QTD. Look here, both of them are same. Like total Y, the month to day, total MTD, dates MTD function is available. Similarly, total QTD function is also available. And apart from this, so like the dates MTD, dates QTD is also available. Here you need to use dates QTD. That's all, guys. Okay, but dates MTD, dates QTD, dates YTD, you need to use it inside your calculate function. Whereas in the case of total YTD, you don't have to wrap this in your calculate function. You can use that individually. Total YTD, total YTD, total QTD. So in that case, the first argument is the total YTD, sorry, total QTD, and first argument is sum of sales, and second argument is just calendar date. That's all. So here, if you see here, and and similarly, let us explore the dates YTD also. Year to date sales, dates YTD. That's all. The syntax is same. Okay. Next one is the fiscal year to date. Fiscal year to date sales. Look here, it is slightly different. So here also the total year YTD. Instead, you can use dates YTD also. But when you use dates YTD, you need to call that or use that inside the calculate function. But in the case of total YTD, you don't have to use the calculate function. You don't have to call this inside the exam. But here, you need to specify your financial year, the end of financial year date. Okay. In India, the 31st March was the financial year end date. Hence, I mentioned explicitly inside the double quote. So you need to use this syntax correctly. 03 forward slash and 31. If you use some other format, it will not work. Now we are all set. We will go and check, test whether it is doing it correctly. For example, I'm going to select 2011 and 2012, 2 years. And now let us focus our attention in our year-to-date sales. If you see here, and 1st April 2011, all the values are same, right, up to QTD. And here the year-to-date sales, here it shows 3 lakhs, something like that. Let me do one thing. I will just unselect this one. 2011. Okay. And okay, let me do one thing here. Dates YTD, it shows because that is when the business started. Let me check whether March we have any data here. Yeah, March 11, right? Until March 11 data was there. Everything is same. But here it shows 1 lakh 79,000. Or let me check in Feb any sales happen. Yeah, Feb 2011 also we have some. 1 second, let me just check in Jan to yeah, we will start with Jan 2011. Okay, Jan 2011. If you see, all the row values are same. All the row values are same. Okay, and in addition to that, if I select Jan to sorry 2012 Jan, if you see first Jan 2000, second Jan, because we have used the date column. Okay, and if you see the month to date, it is doing the cumulative total, right? So 528 plus 3. This is the base column, guys, sales. And whatever the sales happen on a day-to-day basis, it display. This one gives me the cumulative total for the sales column. And every new month beginning, this cumulative total will get reset. Every new quarter beginning, this one will get reset. Every year, new year, every new year, right? First date, this one will get reset. So this one we will go and check it out. The first January 2012. We need to, yeah, first January 2012. If you see here, there is no sales happen. Maybe a holiday. And look here, all the values got reset here in first, 2nd January 2012. Okay, it gives me the it reset the value. Okay, it reset the value. And then if you see here, yeah, forget about the fiscal year to date sales. Yeah, Leela, don't worry about. So look at only the year to date sales column. Okay, year to date sales, this is a calendar year to date, this is a fiscal year. So in this case, what will happen is every year, for example, in this case, where is the March? Okay, what I will do is Jan and Feb. April and yeah, April, that is enough. Okay, and if you see here the fiscal year to date sales, it is doing the cumulative total. And let's keep watch this one. And if you see here 31st March, sorry, we'll focus on, okay, look here, 31st March, it did the cumulative total. Which one? Fiscal year to date sales. Okay, and 1st April 2011, what was the sales? 1000, and the same value displayed here. So when this one gets reset, this column value, this one supposed to get reset 1st April 2012. Until then, it has to do the cumulative total. Okay, so 2000. Sorry, here first January, not this one. Me, right? So March up to March, March 2011, March 2011, 31st March 2011, and 1st April 2011 it started, and then 2012 March it should reset. Look here, we can see that increased value. 2012 March, sorry, here March, look here, up to this, it was doing the cumulative, it is doing the perfect job. And 1st April 2012, that is when the new financial year starts in India. And the financial year ends when 31st March 2013. Okay. And hence, since the financial year starts on 1st April 2012, in this column, if you see here, this value get reset. And whereas here, it is a year to date, right? It is doing the total sales. So whenever the new calendar year begins, that time this one will get reset. Whenever the new financial year starts, right? A new financial year date, this one will get reset. It's pretty simple, guys. That is how it works. I will share this report file. You can start work on this. So with this, we have understood the total MTD, total QTD, total YTD function, and also we have explored side by side dates YTD, dates QTD, dates MTD functions. Both of them are helpful, but the differences with respect to the syntax, it is up to you. You can decide whichever one you want to use it, you can use it. Okay, this is what your time intelligence, right? So now you understood, you now understood as part of this time intelligence topic. So what is MTD, YTD, QTD is all about? And what is time intelligence all about? Why we need to use time intelligence? So what are the functions that are available, built-in functions in DAX, and how do we use them? That also explain. I explained you. And yeah, what is that? Leela. Okay, so is it possible for me to check the week to date sales? That is what the question from Leela. Week to date, yes, that is also possible. Yeah, we have something else called cumulative sales. Yeah, since you asked this question, good that you asked this one, Leela. So our question is, irrespective of the financial year or irrespective of the calendar year, is it possible for me to add another column wherein it should show the cumulative sales? Yes, I will just show you that. And I think already I did that one. Cumulative, yeah, cumulative total sales. Already this measure is there. If I click on it, you can see that here. So here the logic is there is no built-in function is available to compute the cumulative total sales. And but here we can use this logic. With this logic, you can get the cumulative sales, okay, across the rows, okay, irrespective of the financial year or current year, and you want to see the total cumulative sales, okay, running total, okay. So in this case, the first argument is total sales, and filter function I use it here. What we are doing is the logic here is the maximum. Take the recent date from your calendar date, okay, and then right, so you put it on the right side of the less than or equal to, and here what happens is it takes the first, it goes the first date column in your calendar date till this recent date. It keeps iterates it. And then what, for example, you are in 1st January, the first January, whatever the sales value, that one will be picked up. And then the 2nd January, when it comes, since we have used the all function on the date column, there will not be any row level filter. The 1st and 2nd January sales amount will get added together. And similarly, when it goes the third record, the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd January data will get added. So, sorry, yeah, that's how it gets added. Okay. So this is the logic, you can use it in order to, I just drop this here to show you that how it works. Let me see why it shows blank. Yeah, it is doing it correctly. Yes. If you see here, look here. So financial year to date, it is keep doing it. So and if you keep scroll down, look here. In this case, the financial year got ended. New financial year started, something like that. Yeah, in that case, it got reset, whereas this one did not get reset. It is keep doing it until the values, until till the end. Okay, whatever the year that you selected, right, till the end. It gives the total cumulative sales. Okay, the week to date, to answer to your question, yes, we have week to date, but there is no week to date function, built-in function is available. We have date add function is available, or else, we can do the same thing here. For example, the same logic. Look here, if here, what I do is inside the filter, the table name, your the sales W0 for table name, and then in the sales table date call order date is greater than or equal to start of week. Okay, you need to use start of week. How will I find out? For that, you can use the date add function. That we will discuss it later. Any of that concept, I will explain it later. Week to date. Okay, there is no built-in functions available to find out the week to date sales, but we can use some other logic, using which we can do it. Okay, so next one is I will jump into the other date functions, like sorry, the time it is date add and parallel period and same period last year. So we're okay now, right? First, we'll start with understanding what is same period last year. As the name suggests, it gives you the previous year sales. That's all. Which one? This one. Okay. Previous year sales. For example, I just go over here and then I just duplicate this page. Sorry, I just duplicate this page. In this page, I'm going to remove this one. This is not required because already we have used that one there. And in this case, for example, I'm going to clear the month and all. And here, I'm going to remove the date. Yeah, I'm doing the same thing here. It should not mess up anything. Okay. Here, month to date sales, and I'm going to remove it. I'm going to include only the mm, year column. Let's say, here. I just put the year. I just move this up, and I'm going to click on the drop down, don't summarize. Since the numeric column it is getting added. Look here, in this case, 2013 and 2014, all the 4 years data I displayed. For example, I want to display the 2011 year sales along with the 2012. In that kind of situation, the same period last year function is very much helpful, so that you can compare side by side. What is 2012 sales? What is the previous year sales? What is the 2013 sales? What is the 2012 year sales? What is 2014 sales? What is the 2013? Side by side, you can compare. For that purpose, we can use same period last year function. For that, I will just create a measure. Last year, okay, same period last year, and here the same period last year dates. Okay, here the syntax is, one second. We can use this one as part of your calculate also. So I'm going to use the calculate function here. And in this case, the sum of sales, that is the measure that we used it, sum of sales one, and comma, same period last year. And in this case, I'm going to use the calendar date and date. Okay, and that's all. Okay, I'm going to press enter. So same period last year, I just dropped this over here, and you can see that it does the perfect job. And the previous year sales gets displayed along with the current year. So 2012 is the sales, and the previous year is this one. In 2013 this is the sales, and 2012 this is the sales. Okay, and this is how you can use same period last year function. And apart from this, we have something called parallel period function in DAX. Okay, so the parallel period date add function is available. We will explore how to use them also. I just copy this one, and then I just go to the modeling new measure. Yeah, so here parallel period measure. Here I'm going to use this one, and in this case simply I'll put parallel period. Okay, in this case a date number of intervals. So here the date is calendar date, number of interval is 1. I'm going to put it here, and parallel period is yeah, here the third argument you need to specify year month. Okay, you need to specify year, quarter, month, but here I'm going to specify year. So in this case I'm going to put -1, which means go back to the previous year. Go back to the previous year. Okay, so here I just remove this one, and I'm going to press enter. I just drop this parallel period here. Look here, both same period last year and parallel period display the same value, but the difference here is here, if you want to see the same period, sorry, parallel period of previous month, if you want to compare current month sales with the previous month sales, you can specify month here. You can go 1 month back, and a month, year, quarter also possible. If you want to compare current year quarter with the previous quarter, that is also possible with parallel period. Whereas in the case of same period year last year, it gives you only the previous year sales. That is the limitation with this one. With the parallel period, you can go as far back as possible, and or uh, as forward as possible. For example, you can specify 2 year, and if you press enter, it goes 2 years forward. So with this interval, the middle one is your interval, and the first one is your date column. So that is the syntax here. You know, the date is a column containing dates table. Okay, and then the second one is the number of intervals. Third one is the interval. The interval is month, quarter, or year. It can be anything. But if you see here, I have mentioned 2 year, right? So go to 2 months, 2 years in advance. Look here, 2011. Along with that, I want to display the 2013 sales performance. 2012, you show me the 2014 sales. You can advance the years, or you can go back to the previous year also. Okay, and you can use this one, press enter. This is your parallel period, and then the next one is your same period last year, parallel period, and what is the other one is your date ad. Yeah, the date ad also similar. It give, with that you can move backward and forward by specifying minus on the intervals. Okay, I just show you the same thing. Okay, I just go here. Instead of parallel period, we can use the date ad. Here I simply replace this one as by date ad. In this case, yeah, date ad, and if you specify this one, so the dates number of the same thing. Okay, the number of intervals, number of intervals. Okay, here it's a function, right? Date add correct only. Um, the syntax is correct. What is wrong here? Um, yeah, this is correct. And here the date add function ends here. One second, rename. Okay, I need to rename the message. Just give me a second. Here, date add. Sorry. And date add. The calculate function. Okay, better we'll do it from the beginning. Date add function, and then calendar date, comma -1, comma. Look here in this case, the intervals are month, year, quarter. Whereas in the case of parallel period, your month, quarter, year is there. Day wise, it is not there. If you want to compare today's data with previous day data, sales performance, that is also possible. So day, month, year, quarter also available. Since here we have used the year, I just use the year, as it is. So now no error. I just move the date add here. That's all, guys. It gives me the previous. So both parallel period and date add, you can use month, year, quarter, and you can move backward as far back as possible. And then if you want to move forward, also possible. If you use positive value, okay, it can move forward. And if you use a negative value, it can move back. For example, if it was -1, it will display the previous year. And if you want to, if you use a -2, it will give the previous 2 years sales year. It goes 2 years back. Okay, sorry, it goes 2 years back. Okay, and if I use +2 here, it goes 2 years forward. The same thing, you can do it in both parallel and date add. Only difference in the case of date add, in addition to the year, month, quarter, you have the day wise also. You can go forward and backward. You can do it. Okay, that's it, guys. Not much difference. But the limitation with same period last year is you can use it, this function if you want to compare the current year sales with the previous year. But this one will not work with month, quarter, day, and all. It is not possible. Okay. And again, you cannot move forward, move backward. Okay, you can move backward only 1 year, that's all. Okay, you cannot move as far back as possible, that is not possible. Only with parallel with data it is available. But the difference between parallel and data is data, you can use day also in addition to month, year, quarter. So hope you understood all the functions, how to use it, right? So far I covered all the time intelligence functions. You can practice